absolute wire in that one between Milwaukee and Boston, much like what we saw in the playoffs this year.
Great point. And, you know, one of the best games I think that we've seen thus far is Summer League. High level, very intense and physical, to your point, much like we just saw a few months ago in that postseason matchup.
Butler short on the first in the East Finals. That was a heck of a matchup between those two teams. And you see owner of the Dallas Mavericks there, Mark Cuban, in attendance.
You know, I talked to Mark briefly before this game, and topic of discussion was Jalen Brunson. And, you know, they didn't even get an opportunity to make an offer to Jalen Brunson, who had made up his mind, I guess, that that's where he wanted to go after having such tremendous success in that pass. But Juice gets away from him, and it's a turnover by the Jazz.
And look at that rumored. We're waiting for it to be finalized, essentially, at this point. Going to the Knicks, it's almost a done deal, but now it's just the waiting game of when it becomes final, what the numbers look like, and now who fills that role, because that's a huge role that Dallas will be without.
Yes, it's a great point. I mean, he was such a great fit for the Mavericks, and I also thought the Mavericks were a great fit for him. So, I mean, the ties that he had, obviously, within that organization, his father being a part of it, obviously played a role in that. Butler almost traveled, but able to maintain his balance.
That corner three from Sneed, and finally someone gets on the board here. We were going scoreless for a little bit.
Yeah, not like what we saw in the prior game where they were scoring at a really high clip.
Hardy attacking. Good defense from Sneed, but they're going to get a blocking foul called. And it'll be interesting to see what Hardy can do. Can he fill that role? You don't expect him to be Jalen Brunson, but can he do something to alleviate some of the pressure on the shoulders of Luka Doncic?
Yeah, well, one thing you saw on that last play, he's got the physical strength. That's an NBA move there, to be able to not get knocked offline there. The reality, though, listen, I love his upside. I think his talent's tremendous, but you're talking about a team that just went to the conference finals. So you're probably not going to see the replacement for Jalen Brunson here, but if you're Hardy, what you want to do is prove that and earn an opportunity to get into the rotation, because that's where it started. That's how it started for Jalen Brunson, you know, and he evolved and got better each year, and it culminated with him being able to sign that free agent deal with the Knicks. And I think Hardy has a similar opportunity. He's got better positional size, a little more athletic, a lot of growing to do, but the potential obviously is there.
Butler in the paint, no look. Morrow kept it alive, and the Jazz just could not get that to go. Coming right back the other way is Dallas. Here's Hardy inside, nice find to right, has it blocked by Morrow, and another one. So the Jazz defense doing a good job.
Yeah, it's good recovery there. A little late in transition, but able to make up for it and get back in that play. And this is why you don't give up on a play. And great job with the hustle there to get back into it by Morrow to get the block.
Dallas so far has opened 0 of 4 from the floor. Butler back to the free throw line as he will be shooting 2. And one last thing on the Hardy-Brunson conversation. It's something we'll talk about, you know, throughout the game, but he has the advantage of playing professionally with the G League Ignite this past season, which guys coming out of college don't necessarily have that professional experience, so he's done it already for a year.
Yeah, you can see physically he's matured. You know, the body's coming along, and that experience is big. It's a challenge, and not necessarily that it's better to go that route, but for the individual it may be, and I think in Hardy's case that's been the case.